Hello and welcome back to another episode of Meet the Streamer. And for the last comment in the last video, this is definitely episode series 6, episode 2, so I don't know where you've been for the rest of them. Maybe not. I don't know what episode we're up to, but it's about number 6. But today we have the joys of Renso26, a World of Warships streamer on Twitch. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm not doing too badly, thank you very much. So, how did you get into streaming then? And tell us a bit about your stream and when do you start?
I have a very weird schedule, but when it comes to starting, why I started streaming to begin with, I started mainly for learning more English or like getting better at English because I needed to use more English at my work, and I was just trying to test it out, and so I just like rolled up some the software and like figured the kinks out, and had a lot of problems at the start, but we ended up there and eventually. Um, so yeah, you can find me. I think I have a weird schedule. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I actually changed it a little bit lately. In even weeks, you can find me on 16:30. That's the German time. So CET, Central Europe time, or 12 p.m. when it's an uneven week. No, I think it's actually the other way around.
All
I
the
think I
links will be in
confused the things
description.
now.
Yeah, all the links will be in the
You
description
can
below.
find them in this description.
Yeah, we'll find
put
out
the
later
link
on.
there.
So, obviously, you started to learn English. So, what is your native language for all the viewers out there?
Yeah, my native language is German. I'm German, right out of Hamburg, so northern German. Yeah.
Excellent. And oh well, never mind. I'm from Essex in Southend, so in
Ah,
England. So yeah, it's not a great place to be. So you mainly, or certainly used to. We'll get into the reasons, your future content later on. But you mainly did do World of Warships. So what actually brought you to this game in the first place?
it was actually just me browsing YouTube and also Twitch a little bit, and I found actually German content creator that did a lot of World of Tanks and then started World of Warships when it was fairly new. And I just liked watching it, and like he pointed stuff and stuff exploded. That's what I liked. And like from there, I came to other people. I watched Flammus YouTube videos, then like eventually came to his Twitch chat and like Twitch streams, and then I was like, yeah, I kind of want to play that game too. And I played the game, watched his content, and I then discovered and I might want to also stream it because I felt like a lot of passion to World of Warships, and it was just like I just try it out. You know, it's combined. It occurred at the same time that I wanted to learn better English, and was like, yeah, I'm kind of interested in like the whole content creation thing and like how that stuff works and how to figure out how the program works and stuff like that. So that just fell into place a little bit, and now
So
we're
it's
here.
more of the factory, it's the tinkering, the side of things, the actual in to get your stream going, etc., which sort of started you on that road of being a streamer.
Yeah, kind of. I'm a little bit. I use some graphical programs at work, so I'm a little bit used to those programs that have a lot of settings and stuff like that. So I maybe had an easier start, even though I do different stuff. I do 2D stuff at work, not video stuff, or
Yeah,
like not moving pictures, basically.
no, excellent. And with all this tinkering, did you have any problems when you start up, or is it quite simple?
I mean, I wouldn't call it that simple. I mean, it's simple to get this stuff running.
Hmm.
It's hard to get this stuff running right. I think that's how I would put it. Like my first stream was awful. It was just a test stream basically. Like no one was following me. I was like you could not hear me. I only found that out afterwards. I had only a headset. I did not have a cam. It was just bare gameplay, and that's all there was. And yeah, after that, I just figured like, how do I do the settings with the sound? How do I change settings in Twitch to send notifications if I would have viewers at that point to them? And yeah.
So what
and it
equipment did you
just
start with,
evolved.
and where are you now with what stuff that you've got
Uh,
at the moment?
I started off with Streamlabs OBS actually, and I still use that to this day. I actually today or like I had that brewing in my mind for a while that I wanted to transition a little bit to Streamlabs OBS.
Hmm.
Maybe I haven't done the transition yet, but I figured out or I tested some stuff today actually to transition to that program, which will not change anything for the viewer, I guess, but it might change things I can tinker with in the future. So um, yeah, I will look into that and like explore more there.
Okay.
Mm.
And what webcam and microphone do you use?
I use right now C920, which is I think the most commonly used webcam
Mm.
on the whole of Twitch, and I use a pod mic that is from Rode. Got
Hmm.
the name there for a second. That is an XLR microphone that goes into. Let me look real quick. Focusrite. What was the name? I always forget the name because it's not right in my viewing field. A Focusrite interface
Yeah,
for all the
excellent.
technical people.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, that's the same one I use. I think it's a great little location.
yeah, yeah.
So, wow, that was a great start then. So we will. I think now would be a good time if we transitioned into your own stream. Go into your behind the scenes, as it were, and how you set up all your scenes and etc. But in the meantime, you've given me some wonderful photographs, so we'll cue the music and we will get it going. See you in a bit,
All right.
folks. Hello, and we are in your streams. Good to see it. Hello. With
Hello.
So, if if we started watching your stream, where would we begin? Do you have a starting stream, for example, or do you just go straight into it?
I actually go straight into it. I had a starting scene, or still have, but I don't use it anymore. But I feel like you don't really miss, or you miss more. I think if I'm making a starting soon screen, and I'm not really that big of a streamer yet, so it doesn't really add to the experience, you know. So I
Mhm.
want, if people get a notification, hey, this guy is live, and they click on this channel, I want them to be right in the action, or not in the action, but be right there to experience the stuff. So yeah, this is the scene where you see me and like a little bit of an intermission scene that I also use. I use this also at the start, so I can interact with chat if someone directly at the start like shows up and be like, "Hey, how are you doing? What are you playing today?" And you would technically see the gameplay down there where the cat is, like the the cat
Yep.
lying on the tree basically, which is right now actually on my lap, which perfect transition to where I can switch the cameras because I have also mounted a camera up there because the
Ah,
cat is
okay.
on my lap right now and enjoying a little bit while I talk. And yeah, like right next there's another digital cat actually that is announcing when someone is following or writing in the chat. And
And
yeah, down
so
here
that
I've actually
interaction, so having that, go back to that wide screenshot for a minute, if you don't mind.
no
So
problem.
so what made you come up with this idea? Was it just something you saw on like YouTube and thought, actually, that's a nice change to the channel, as it were, or where?
I I did see it on someone else's tutorial video actually for a stream where he had a starting soon screen with a blurred image, just a camera mounted to his like wall basically, like pointing downwards, and like people could see what's going on, and he was being sitting down. But I kind of used this also to show like what's going on around if there's a cat on me, and just like a little bit more casual thing, so you can see like what's going on the thing. You can actually see my computer a little bit, some like props I have a little bit.
Yeah,
up
that's
there.
the katana sword. Although I don't think that's a katana because that's too short.
No,
That's
it's a
the
little bit too
shorter
short.
one.
Actually, a
I
friend
don't know what.
brought me that. I'm actually not entirely sure what that is.
There's a difference. There's a short sword which is not a katana, but there's a special name for it. I can't remember what it's called. No
Yeah,
matter.
it was just a nice gift that someone brought back from their visit to, I think, China, where that is from. So it's definitely not Japanese katana. So yeah.
and also in the top right hand corner, you've got, where as we see it, you got your most recent subscribers and alert box.
Yeah, I mean, this up here is actually the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And
The Hall of Fame. Sorry.
and this is the like a rotating feed where you have the last follower, which is this one. Then after that, I think then the latest the latest sub is coming, and after that there is the latest one that spent bits on my channel, or like made bits with on my channel with the bit amount.
Excellent.
And yeah, you can actually redeem the Hall of Fame with channel points, and yeah, we have that, and like a little like follower counter there. So that's a little bit, not much, but I don't use this the entire time.
No.
I have a gameplay scene.
Yep. Should we go to that then?
We can do the hell. We can go to that.
Blah,
Yes.
blah, blah, blah,
blah. So if I switch to that, we can switch to this one, where you see a big cat, of course, and then after that, my camera blends in. I can actually show up a test background that I have for setting up the stream. Good. So that would be like the normal World of Warships UI, where my camera is, of course, not moving because it's just a static picture, but you can get kind of an idea why I positioned this here, because it's not blocking any of the UI elements from World of Warships. I can move my camera around.
Is that why you went for a portrait? Is that why you went for a portrait view of yourself rather than a landscape view of yourself?
Yeah, a little bit. This gives us a little bit more. I feel like this is a little bit more personal, and also like when I'm on the gameplay scene, you don't really need to see that much of me, because I will interact with you, but obviously the gameplay is a little bit more important. So if I switch back to the other camera, the other like me is more important, or I use that when I feel like I want to talk to you more personally. So we will go here, and I'm a little bit more personal to you, and be like, hey, gameplay is still there, but I want to talk to you because like there's not too much going on. I'm in the port, or I'm not doing too much right there. And like when we're done, or when we're playing, then we're going back to the gameplay scene. Oh yeah, that's still the cat.
There's the cat.
I only have that one scene. There you go.
All right. So you switched quite quickly there. What are you using? Are you using a stream? A
Stream Deck. I'm using actually.
That's the one. Stream Deck.
Yeah, I set up some commands, and the cat wants to go. No, he doesn't know what he wants to do. Cats. Now he's gone. Okay. I use Stream Deck for that, but you could technically use also shortcuts for it, because I only like OBS and also Streamlabs OBS support shortcuts that you can configure yourself on what scenes and what you want, and like when they transition to something. So that also works. Yeah, but I use the Stream Deck, where I have actually also a button configured where I can like, get my face cam removed if I want to show something that my face cam is blocking, or if I want to show the screen, like the normal screen cap. I can switch to that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what would be so you've now streams now effectively finished effectively. So do you have an ending screen or a title screen effectively, or is it just your main ones, or your chatting screen, which we just saw, and the gameplay scene?
I actually have a thanks for watching screen that involves some music that you can hear now. A stream ending, so it will transition to the other camera again. And yeah, the other camera, and you have the chat there, and it's a little bit different configured. The Hall of Fame is still there, so I can thank my viewers, and I have like I have the stuff from or link. It's not a link. My YouTube handle is there, and also my Twitter handle is down there. So you will see those there.
And are you very active on those two areas, the Twitter and YouTube, or is it just that's because what everybody else uses, so you think you need one as well?
I am I'm quite active on Twitter, a little bit on and off, and like right now, actually let me switch back to the other scene. And on the YouTube front, I should do more. But I haven't really done that too much in actually quite some time, because I'm a little bit on a creative downfall, I'd say, because I don't know what I want to do right now.
We'll cover the future a little bit in the next part 3. So let's go on to, so if a streamer's just starting, what would be your top tips? What would be the most important thing to get? Is it going to be the scenes, the style, the art, or is it the audio, or what would be your top 3 tips for somebody that's starting? I ask this question to all my guests on here.
Top 3 tips, I'd say, just learn to talk. Just keep talking, because no one wants to watch a stream where there's nothing happening. If a new guy comes in and doesn't hear you talk for 10 or 20 seconds, they will probably leave your stream. That's just the way how it is. So just keep talking, just express what you're doing. When it comes to hardware, I wouldn't recommend, if you're just starting up, I wouldn't recommend too many hardware things, I think, because you need to feel if that's actually something for you before you invest like $1,000 in a streaming setup that you will not use. I mean, if you have the $1,000 and just to spare, then might as well. But I would say, a normal headset, just start streaming, see if it works for you, and then you can upgrade after that. That would be my recommendation. Other than that, audio is more important than video. That was everyone will tell you. So investing in a better mic or headset, in that matter, is more important than investing in a camera. Some people actually are also streaming without a camera. I would recommend, if you really fixing your idea on streaming and want that to be your thing. Even maybe you want to live from that, which is very rare. Not everybody will do it, and I think there's a 0.0001 chance. If you're just starting up now, it's that you straight up blow up. If you need a camera if you want to do this your job in this day and age, I think there are exceptions to this rule, but I think that
as a general theme, that's the way to go. Okay, fantastic. Okay, I think that's really good there. So I've taken the liberty of nicking some of your Twitch clips and your highlights, and we will again put those to montage, and then we'll bring you back in the room and we'll finish up with part 3. So see you in a bit. All right. We're back out your stream for the the final part of the chat. So thank you very much for allowing me to use your clips, which I've nicked from your Twitch channel. So yeah, hopefully that was a bit of fun for you folks who are watching this. So we have touched on briefly a little bit. This part is mainly going about where you think your stream's going to go and all this sort of good stuff. You've touched briefly that you've recently moved away a little bit, or certainly diversified your stream to include other games other than World of Warships.
Yes.
What prompt you to make that decision? Really.
I think it was brewing for quite some time that I still very much like the game. It's just that they have some balance decisions made me feel uncomfortable. Then they adding more stuff that's doesn't make too much sense from a competitive standpoint. I'm not really that much of a competitive player, mind you, but it just didn't feel right. And I felt, since I was streaming before that, I was streaming 5 times a week, was streaming World of Warships, and I was feeling quite a bit burned out. And then those decisions came on top of that, so I had I wouldn't call it a breakdown, but I had a week off where I was completely not streaming, and that was that was very good. Let's put it that way, because I would rewatch my content before that, and it just declined in quality quite hard. With just I could watch myself not enjoying the game anymore,
Yeah.
and right now I have actually made it so I only stream World of Warships on Wednesdays. I'm not sure if I will stick to that, but for now that works for me, because then I only have one day on the week where I've focused on the game, and I can be happy about it again. And if I only keep streaming that same game, I think it will just burn me out again, and that's not good for me. That's not good for the viewer. So
And
I think
do you feel as a
it's
streamer
the
that
right
you're
decision.
promoting the game as well as just people coming to watch you play, and
Yeah,
that
sure.
sort of relationship where how can I put this, the company Wargaming in this case is starting to feel they're using their player base a little bit, the streamers to just promote their content rather than necessarily support their content.
I think they do definitely both. I mean, of course, they are a free to play game, and they also need to make money. I mean, I'm not questioning that. It's just that uh, they they have moved away from kind of feel good company
Yeah,
to a less good feel good company. I think that's how you can describe it quite well.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, that's the
fan,
thing. I lost track of my thought. So yeah, that's why I started to stream some other games. For example, I started to stream Everspace 2, if I've not heard about it. I'm actually a little bit a space guy in my heart. We talked
yeah.
about that a little bit on the start of the recording. Um, and that's a space game that I very much enjoy. And that's right now in the early access, so it's not finished yet. I hope they bring more content soon, so I can keep on playing that. And overall, my community so far seems to enjoy it. Not everybody, I think. Like, some of them are mainly there for World of Warships, but and I will definitely keep playing World of Warships. But yeah, it's gotten more diverse, and I'm testing out some stuff right now.
So
Um,
what other
yeah,
games are you going to tease us with? Go on, give us a tidbit. So you don't have
sure.
Everspace 2, which is obviously a
Yeah,
remake of a very famous game. What other are we going to see you do? Kerbal Space Program anytime soon, or some of the other ones?
I played with the idea of Kerbal Space Program. I don't think I have the mathematical knowledge or the temper, I think, to not rage in that game. So I'm not sure if Kerbal Space Program will be on my channel. But I'm looking into different games. I just tested recently. I tested a game that was called a Prepper, which was a very weird game. I just did see it in the Steam top sellers, and I was like, yeah, what is that? And it's someone prepping for the end of the world, and like you need to build a bunker. And it was, I'm not sure if I will keep streaming that game, because that game was very weird. But as I said, I'm testing stuff out right now,
Excellent. And
and
are you enjoying
we'll see
that?
how it goes.
You quite enjoying that? I can now do whatever I like type thing.
Yeah, kind of. It's not perfect, definitely, and I definitely have to, if I want to keep streaming it and want to keep an audience, I definitely need to also stream games that are, digestible for the viewers, so they
Mm,
can um, get a feeling for the game. If I don't know, because my most of my followers are definitely World of Warships players. Um, Not everybody will like every game.
no.
I know that, but I think my content in general will improve when I do what I enjoy.
Yeah.
That's why I diversified it a little bit, because I'm not enjoying World of Warships enough anymore to make it a job, basically.
Yeah, fair
So
enough. That makes a lot of sense. And any equipment side of things, are you going to improve your stream? Obviously, you've brought your cats in. You can see your cats keep popping in and out. Are we going to see some merchandise of Renzo's cats?
and I have not really discovered yet the merchandise front. I think my channel is a little bit too small to make that to sell out like that, I guess. Um, I recently actually bought, it has not arrived yet, but I have invested in a new microphone arm. This
Okay.
one is a little bit chunky, I'd say, or it's not really. I can't touch it that much. Let's put it that way. Otherwise, you hear it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm the
other than
same.
that,
It's one of the few things that I when I bought, I bought a cheap one, and I regret buying a cheap microphone arm
yeah, me
because
too.
it's just everything wobbles, and it's just
Yeah,
nightmare.
I
It's
know what
just
you
a
mean.
nightmare.
I,
It's just absolute mother.
can make music. I can make music on that. If you can hear that. Because there's the springs there. If I touch them, they. Anyway, other than that, I have not really planned too much into investing in more stuff because I think my setup right now is okay for what I do.
Okay,
But
don't
would
you have a 3080 sitting in there somewhere, or 3070?
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
yeah, that
yeah.
is very good. Definitely, that's I invested a little bit in that, and I was lucky to get one.
Excellent.
Um, So I'm done for GPU for quite some time. I hope at least. Otherwise, in before Nvidia drops drops a card that's like twice as good. We will see. We will see. But I will definitely improve because I'm a gamer.
Yeah,
I want. I not only stream all the time. I also play for myself sometimes, and especially for some of those games that are eye candy kind of stuff. And I like to play kind of on my own to suck
yeah.
that up, and that was also another decision to invest into something like that. And I came from a 960 actually, so the jump from 960 to 3080 is like quite high. So that's why I was like, okay, and if I buy, or if I have the money right now to buy something very good that lasts me a long time, then I think the time is now.
Yeah.
And I was right because I paid less than how you can get the 3080 like right
Oh,
now.
it's
It's
obscene.
like
The problems we're having at the moment. It's just insane.
it's yeah.
Anyway, so that's fantastic. So over to you. Is there anything else you'd like to read? I've sort of gone through the different things we need to discuss. So over to you. Is there anything you'd like to add at all?
I don't think I want to thank for the opportunity.
Thank you very
And
much.
you can also, if you already watching Mr. Slack, but you can also watch him more. So do that. Other than that, I don't think I have too much to add. Other than that, thanks for watching. And
No, no worries. All right then, folks. Okay, so all the links in the description below in terms of where you can find Renzo and myself. And on that bombshell, I'm going to say goodbye. So goodbye, and
goodbye.
see you later.
Have a great one.
And you. All right then. Thank you very much.
And if you want to see more videos, you can click on that side. If you want to subscribe to this wonderful person, then you can also click down that link. If you want to see more of me, you go down in the description. That should be down somewhere there, and click my link in the description. And see you next time. Bye.